Is about SS7 in 2023, an advanced model technique of SS7, how to do a live practical and how to perform SSS attack. Okay, now let's get started. So what is mean by SS7? Signaling and system is like signaling message manipulate SS7. Signaling messages can be intercepted and manipulated by attackers. This can lead to various attacks such as calls, interceptions, and call redirections and SMS interceptions. So S7 can do like calls and SMS interceptions. So with SS7 you can do a more. Okay, then I will show here. SS7 is an essentially to implement a message integrity, checks message authentication and secure signaling protocols to direct and prevent the message manipulations. You can get the any type of messages. You can get like from one signaling tower to another signaling tower, like one signaling tower and one phone. Whatever you send and request that messages also, you can capture that SS7 messages like calls, SMS, and many other things. So next we come to a DOS attack. With SS7 we can also do the DOS attack. In SS7 networks can be targeted with a DOS attack where attackers flood the network with excessive signaling traffic causing the congestion disruptions of services. It is important to implement a traffic monitoring and anomaly detections mechanism to identify the mitigate of DOS attacks. Recently, I tell you, in past one or two past year, I think so, there was a DOS attack is happened on WhatsApp. In every country, the WhatsApp is shut down to work. Maximum uh, 3 to 4 hours or 6 hours almost all. WhatsApp is shut down because of their integration of faults. So in the SS7 network jamming, this can be done through a DOS attack. When you come to the subscribers policy, so in this SS7 network carry a sensitive subscribers information such as call records, location information, and subscriber identifiers is a critical protection of subscribers privacy by implementing a mechanism such as pseudonymization, anonymization, and secure subscribers and data handling practice. Let me tell you very clearly. AT&T. Okay, AT&T. Let me type for you clearly. AT&T. So this is the company. This they can provide a services like calls and SMS and VoIP calls and everything. AT&T uses the asterisk services of VoIPs, where you can create a multiple AT&T SIM and VoIP landlines, phones, etc. and everything. From asterisk services, you can implement many of the things and you can establish a tower and get it done this one. So this is the subscribers policy. You can also take the asterisk services and you can also give the clearance. This is asterisk services will be available for as a disk ISO images and you can get it done very easily, like a similar like how to install the Kali Linux and provide the virtual services of VoIP calls and SMS and everything. So it's a similar thing everywhere. Okay, for implementing it will cost you more than like 5 billion to 10 billion, like a company to give shares here and there coming into the market, publicity, etc., etc. things. So next, interconnection security. So in this interconnection security, so SS7 network relay on interconnection between different operators and services providers. It is important to ensure the secure and trusted interconnections to prevent unauthorized access of signaling and manipulation and data breaches. Implementing secure interconnection protocol access and control and regular security audits can be help enhance the interconnection security. Interconnection security is like here AT&T and Sprint. These are two service providers in USA. So AT&T have their own specific uh, mobile carriages are provided to the customers. Sprint have their own specializations to provide customers their services. But this can interchange the communication of data, and that can prevent the through SS7 attacks also. And you can access the both internet access with AT&T or the .com like admin. You can use any type of these things. Once you have the hardware devices and everything, I can show you further how it can be accessed. Next, network monitoring and instruction detection. So in this, implementing a robust network monitoring and instruction detection system can help detect and respond to security incidents in a real-time, monitoring, signaling traffic, analyzing a network behavior, and implementing the instructions and detections mechanisms can aid to identify a mitigation of security threat. Like in every type of organization, AT&T, Sprint, and Virgin, any type of network providers organization, there is a network monitoring. They can get intimation automatically where the destruction is came and how to solve that one, how to clear that. With SS7, we can enter into the network protocol with accessing of uh, access key and secret key. That we will see the further how we can get it done that one. Next, regular security audit and assessment. In this, conducting a regular security audit and assessment of SS7 networks can help identify vulnerabilities, assets of effective of security controls, and ensure the compliance with security standards and the best practice. It's recommended to engage the security professionals and perform a periodic security assessments to maintain the integrity and security of SS7. To access the for security accessing of one type of big organization, we need to check first. Uh, Check three things. Number one is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So we want to do the integrity first. How that can have any flaws or any errors and anything, we can get it done that one. So It's important to note that security consideration mentioned above the exhaustive here are five existence and the security landscape continually enveloping it's essentially to stay updated with the latest security practice, industry standards and regulatory requirements to ensure the security of SS7 networks. The signaling and system is a telecommunication protocol suite used for signaling and controlling the setup management and tear down the telephonic calls and across the public switch telephone networks and other telecommunication network. SS7 is responsible for carrying call related signaling network management messages between network elements. SS7 is a packet switched protocols and operators at the network layer of the OSI model and provides a reliable and efficient signaling capabilities. It is widely deployed the global has been instrumental is enabling the various telecommunication services including the voice calls, SMS and call routing, call number probabilities and prepaid billing and more. Now we can see the S7 architecture. So how we need to design the S7 architecture to get the S7 access of SMS, calls and everything. First we need to discuss about key components. In this, number one is STP. What is STP? STP is a signal transport signal transfer point. And STP acts as a packet, which is the SS7 network routing signal messages between SSPs and SCPs and other STPs. It provides message routing and service control points for call setup and routing information. That we can see the further. Now, second one. SSP. We need to discuss this first. What is SSP? Service switch point. I repeat it. Service switch point. In this service switch point, an SSP is a network element responsible for organizations and terminating or switching a telephone calls. It's communicating with SSPs and service control points for call setups and routing informations and anything. Number 3, SCP. So what is SCP? Service control point. Service control point. An SCP is a centralized database of applications that stores and processes the service of logic intelligent call control and advanced telephony services. It provides a call routing, instructions, and databases of services such as number, translations, call screening, and services activations. And last one is ESG. So, what is ESG? Signaling gateway. So, what is the signaling gateway is perform? A signaling gateway provides a interworking between SS7 networks and other signaling protocols such as ISDN and IP-based signaling protocols. It enables the seamless communication between different different network types like uh, number one, uh, I'm a beginner for one website. They have their gateway like Amazon. They have their gateway. I want to go and register in the amazon.com. First of all, I just create an account. I'll create account here. This will, I'm sending the request to them to the Amazon web servers, and they will authenticate and they will give me a response. Okay, then I will confirm with authentication and everything. Then when I go now for SS7 attack with the hardware and this advanced method, I will intercept with advanced method. Once I intercept that advanced method, that will come to directly to me, not to the client. That's it. Now we will see that further how this SS7 attacks will be performed in advanced method. Now we can discuss SS7 signaling function. SS7 supports various functions to enable the call setup and routing and control. So how that will be done? So now we can see. These functionalities can be included. The call setup. Number one is here call setup. SS7 facilitates the establishment of voice calls and exchanging the signaling messages between organizations and destinations of SSPs. SSP means service switch point. It handles the call progress and signaling calls, acceptance and call terminations also. Like I tell you, every type of network provider like AT&T, Sprint, as well as Virgin, T-Mobile, or anything, whatever we call and communicate with any other people, they can store it 2 years of our database. If it any emergency like feds or else interpose, they put their ID card and they will encrypt the data and they will get it done. Okay, but with SS7 we can interrupt with the hardware and we can listen from our end. Like here, number one is A person call to a B, and C person can intercommunicate, and C person is very silent and listen the intercommunication between A and B. That's it here. Now number two is number translation. SS7 enables the translation of dial numbers into a network-specific routing address, allowing the calls and probably routed across different networks. And number three, call routing. SS7 determines the best path of call routing based on various parameters such as dial numbers, organization, destination, points, network condition, and service provider policies. And number four, intelligent network service. SS7 supports a intelligent call control service by providing access of SCP. We see what is SCP? Service control point, and SCP, service control points also. stores the service log and database of the advanced telephony service, allowing a feature like caller ID and call forwarding voice messages. I told you before, they are storing maximum of 2 years of your call recordings of every service of network provider in the intelligence of network services of every network provider, and we can access that also through SS7. And we can see the here last one, network management. So SS7 enables the network management functions such as configurations control and fault destination, performance monitoring, and security management. We can through SS7 we can monitor all those type of database, and we can get it however we want. Okay. Now we can discuss another one, SS7 protocol stack. The SS7 protocol consists of multiple protocols to work together to provide a signaling functionalities. So, what we can get it in SS7 protocols? Okay. Number one, here is MTP1. So, what is MTP1? MTP1 is a message transfer part level 1. Okay, MTP1 defines the physical and electrical characteristics of S7 links, including line coding, framing, and synchronizations. And number 2, we go for MTP2. So, MTP2 means message transfer part level 2. So FTP2 handles error checking, sequence number, and message alignments across the SS7 links. It ensures the reliability and delivery of signaling messages. And number 3, MTP3. So MTP3 means message transfer part level 3. MTP3 provides network routing and management functions. It handles the message routing and network consignment and control link status monitoring and fault recovery. Number 4, ISUP. So what is ISUP? ISDN user part. ISUP used for call controlling and signaling between SSP. So here you see SSP, service switch point. Like you are you want to intercept from one of the network uh, and from the another network. So then we can use SSP, service switch point. Circuit switch allowed voice calls. It manages call setup, tear down, call related, and signalings. Number 5, TCAP. What is TCAP? Transaction Capabilities Application Part. TCAP enables the signaling communication between SSP and SCP, carries the queries, response, and transactions for advanced telephony services. Like you want to get the communication between one phone to another phone, either like they communicate through various social networks and anything. So, uh, transaction capabilities application part, TCAP, that will go with uh, SSP. SSP means service switch point, and SCP, service control point. That's it. We can get it the total access. And number 6 is SCCP. This signaling connection control part. SCCP provides additional addressing capabilities and message handling functionalities of SS7 signaling. It enhances the routing and reliability of signaling messages. Number 7, OAM, Operation Administrative and Maintenance. The OAM protocol provides the network management capabilities including the performance monitoring and fault detection and configuring the management. Now we discuss about S7 signaling messages. SS7 uses various signaling messages, exchanges information between network elements. So we commonly used here IAM first, initial address message. IAM is used to initiate a call and carries dial numbers, calling party numbers and service related to the information. And number 2, ACM, address complete message. ACM is sent by the called SSCP and the calling SSP to indicate that the call setup is progressing. Next, CPG. What is CPG? Call progress message. CPG is used to convey the call's progress is signals and such as ringing, busy tone, announcement between SSP. ANM. So, ANM, when you integrate from A to B and C is the attacker. When A to B are intercommunicating between the phone communications, you can do the SS7 through answer message protocol. ANM is sent to the called SSP. It's the calling SSP to indicate that the called party has answered the call, what the intercommunication between two parties is happened. Fifth, REL. So what is REL? Release message. REL is used for terminate a call and release the associated resource. It indicates a call disconnection and can be initiated by either party or the network. Like I talked to one of the client, I want so and so things, but I already cut the call. But I want to intercept the call through SS7. We use I use release message thing. Number 6, query. Query and response. These messages as a part of TCP protocol and used for querying a database, requesting a services and retrieving the service related information of SCP. That's it. Now SS7 network signaling points. SS7 network consists of various signaling points responsible for signaling messages exchanges. So we already discussed about SSP, service switch point. SSP. SSPs are responsible for organizations and terminating the switch telephone calls and they generate the process of signaling messages. And STP, signal transport point. STPs act as a packet switch in the SS7 network, routing signaling messages between SSP, SCPs and other STPs. They provide the message routing and other network management functionalities. So STPs can be captured through Wireshark with the point of Ethernet 2 or Ethernet. Okay, but that you require the hardware and some other programs. Okay, then last is SCP. So SCP is a service control point. SCPs are centralized database or application that stores and processes service logic, intelligent call, control and advanced telephony services. They provide call routing instructions and database of services such as number translations and call screening also. Next one is S7 application and use cases. SS7 has been widely used for various telecommunication applications and services. First, in the SS7, we required the majority of things. We do the SS7 attack for voice calls. Okay. SS7 is essentially for setting up and managing your voice calls across the different networks. It ensures the proper call routing and signaling between SSP. And now is SMS messaging. SS7 enables the exchange of signaling messages from short messages services communication between the mobile devices. How we can get the SMS and how we can intercept the SMS from any type of the mobile devices that we are connected to the network. Okay, number one, we need Wireshark, we need the HackerF1 hardware device, and you need to use in the Wireshark as an internet protocol as a Ethernet 1 or Ethernet 0 or Ethernet 2. Then intercept the network traffic and you can search the IP and click on the Ethernet, you see the OTP there. Okay, that we will see further. Number 3. Intelligent network service. So SS7 provides access of SCPs enabling the implement of intelligent call control service such as caller IDs and call forwarding and building and many things. That's we discuss further. We go for fourth one. Number portability. SS7 supports a number portabilities allowing user retain their phone numbers when the switching services providers or network operators. Number 5 is advanced telephony services. SS7 facilitates the implementation of advanced telephony services including call writing, call transfer, conference call, and interactive voices and responsive IVR system. So we come here S7 security consideration. So SS7 is widely used for signaling protocol for telecommunication network, but it is not without security consideration as a critical infrastructures of routing and enhancing the signaling messages. Its security is of almost importance. we will discuss some of the key security considerations related to SS7. Unauthorized access of SS7 networks can be lead to a various security threats, such as unauthorized implementations of signaling messages, unauthorized calls forwarding, and unauthorized access to subscriber data. It's a crucial to implement a strong access of controls, unauthentications mechanism, encryption, and prevention authorized access to SS7 network elements. Please note that these examples will focus on basic of interaction such with the cloud services, and the specific uses of causes and implementations may vary dependencies on your requirements. Now, intercepting with the cloud services, first of all, now we can set up the SS7. How we need to set up the SS7? So, first of all, now uh, we take with Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services. So, with Amazon Web Services, okay, Amazon Web Services AWS is a widely used cloud platform that offers a wide range of services. Let's provide a code example of interacting with AWS using AWS SDK and Python boot 3. So first of all, we required tools. Okay, uh, first we remove this one. So what are the major tools required? Number one is Kali Linux, and number two is strong PC, at least 8 to 16 GB RAM, and SS7 private script, and number 4 is HackRF1 device. You need to purchase this. Number 5 is AWS account. That's it. You need to install the Kali Linux in the virtual box in the Kali Linux and set up as a bridge adapter, and make it as a in the advanced setting as a bidirectional and everything. You set up that one. Then you need to get the SS7 private script that not available in the GitHub and everywhere. You can contact me, I can provide you. HackRF1 devices, you need to purchase it from Amazon or any service providers, they can provide. And you need to create a AWS account. And then you need to upload the Kali Linux repositories along with update and upgrade. So how you can update that one, I can show you here. First you need to update the Linux system. Like you can update like this, sudo apt get update. Then similar like this, sudo apt get upgrade. Once you done upgraded, then you also get the SS7 private ISO image that can give you more advanced features, and you can get the interceptions of calls and SMS through all these things. Okay, these things 6. Once you have done, so first of all you need to once you have done updated everything, you need to install the Python 3. Like you need to install Python boto 3. So for if you are using Linux based system, you can type directly in the import boto 3. Okay, so first of all, you are using in the Kali Linux system, you need to type sudo apt get install python boto 3. That's it. After that, what you have need to do, you need to open a mousepad in the Linux, and you need to type as a Python script for interception of after everything this setup. Okay, as of YouTube community guidelines, I'm not gonna show you anything clear here. Okay, for gaining knowledge, I can tell you how you can perform this. Okay, so you can click on import boto 3, and you need to write code here. Okay, and AWS access key ID equal to your AWS access key. You need to enter here. Okay, and AWS secret key. AWS secret key ID. AWS secret access key. Sorry. You need to get AWS secret access key here. And type reason name. You need to type your reason name either like USA, like California, USA, like this, your reason, and instance ID. Your instance ID you need to paste here. After that, this happen, you need to save it as a any name as a .python. Save it this as any name as you like, AWS like S7 7.1.python. That's it. Then now like next, this is the service point where we are getting the access. And number 2, like you are the client, you are setting the SS7 system, you are the client. Okay, you give the request, that will check the database and they will give a response. This is the server one. Now we need to create a client side. So for create a client from AWS only we create. From EC2 we can create it. You need to open a mousepad, same like this, type EC2 and this, yes, EC2, sorry, we have mistaken here. Okay, from you need to open mousepad and type like EC2 client equal to boto 3 dot client. open bracket, then come EC2, now we need to copy this all AWS access key and AWS everything, then paste it here, same similar thing, then click and close the bracket. Now we need to start here an EC2 instance. Now we want to get the response back. Okay, response equal to EC2 dot client dot start underscore instances. Now, so we need to put instances ID here. Instances IDs, we need to put in the bracket instances IDs here. We close here. Now we need to print the response. So this is the code, and you can save this code as s7.python, s7.2.python. That's it. So the above code snippet demonstration how to boot 3 and AWS SDK of Python to interact with AWS EC2 Elastic Compute Cloud Services and variable. This code creates a client object of AWS EC2 using the boot client 3 functions and providing the access key and secret keys and the reason name. The start of instance method is used to start the EC2 instance with a given instance ID and responds the API call printed. Like I want to intercept the call from USA to an Indian calls and SMS. I want to use the AWS key and use the SS7 private script, and I can intercept the any type of calls and SMS here. So this is what I use the here, same as like this. Reasoning. AWS is one of the leading cloud service providers, offering a vast arrays of servicing a global infrastructures. It provides the reliable and scalable platforms of hosting applications and managing the infrastructures. So either you can use number one as a service provider as AWS, number two Azure, number three is Google Cloud Platform. Google Cloud Platform. Number four, IBM Cloud. Number five is Oracle Cloud. You can use any type of these 5 services using this script, but when you are changing the script, the code is different. That's it. Software as a stack and diagnostics. see. So Diaglic of signaling solutions provide a range of software, hardware, and product SS7 based signaling and messaging services. These solutions are widely used in telecommunication network to enable a reliable and efficient signaling. Cloud service aspect. So in this cloud service aspect, while dialogic signaling solutions are primarily designed for a non-premises deployment, they can be integrated with cloud and services to enhance their capabilities and scalabilities. One approach is to leverage cloud-based infrastructures, host diagnostic signaling solutions, allowing for flexible resource for allocation of dynamic scaling. So that is the this is the code which you can use in the anywhere. And number two is cloud service aspect. OpenSS7 can be utilized as a cloud environment built a scalable and flexible S7 signaling platform. By deploying S7 in the cloud, organization can take advantages of the cloud inherent scalabilities and resource allocations and compatibilities, enabling them handling and increase the signaling traffic and adapt the changing network demands. As OpenSS7 as a software stack as a cloud services aspect primarily involves the deployment and management of OpenSS7 instances in the cloud environment. Here is an example code of snippet and deploying using SS7. This is the same similar code. If you want to integrate, you can use the Docker and given any one of the port, and you can use in the like a local host also this one. So the Docker compose a configuration field that defines the service name as whatever you type. You can type like OpenSS7 or SS7 or SMS integration you can type. The image field specify the OpenSS7 Docker image to be used. The ports field is contains like regularly use 8080 or 80, or you can use any variable like 4000 or 5000 or 10,000. It's up to you, allowing an external assets. The environment field an environment variable of configuration of OpenSS7 instances, such as SS7 part and configuration file inclusion. The volume of field mount of local configuration file, config.html, and containers with config.html. You can change the XML file according to your wish. Okay, like you want to integrate from uh, Europe to USA, or else UK to Japan, Japan to India, India to China, China to Russia. You use with any type of these five services, and you can change everything. Note: the provided code snippet is an example or simplified and may not cover the full range of features and complexities of associated with each S7 software stack. It's important to refer the official documentations and resources provided by the representative of vendor or open services project of comprehensive implementation details. The provided code example focus on basic interaction with the respective cloud services and may not cover all the features or capabilities offered. Because of YouTube community guidelines, I'm not going to cover everything fully. Okay, it's recommended to refer official documentations of explore further. In the example comprehensive understanding the each cloud services and it specify the cases. I can drop down in the description box. You can check it how it can be done, how can I integrate and everything. So thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. If you have any doubts, comment below, then I will get back to you with a new topic. Have a nice day, guys.